Right, welcome back to the second part of News Hour. Now tonight, Kenya Airways is back to profitability, or is it? What does this mean, and what is the reason for this change of fortunes for the better? Now tonight we speak to Kenya Airways Chief Financial Officer Helen Mathuka on the prospects of KQ and what this means. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you for having me.
For coming on the white table. You know, rarely do we find individuals from the business sector on the round table at night. So this is a first for me. Karibu sana.
Yeah.
You know, Helen, I'm one of these people who get excited whenever I travel out of the country and I see KQ at the airport, wherever it is, you know, you get excited. It's the same thing. You get excited when you're walking in some street and you hear someone speak Swahili. So I get that excitement. Yes. So when I saw this, I said, I have to talk about this. What is the magic? How did this change? Or is it something that mnatudanganya, then later on you tell us, you know what, actually this is a real position at the end of the year?
Okay. Thank you, Ken, again for having us, for having me on the show. No, we are not lying. This is
1 billion.
1 billion in terms of profitability at operating level. It's the first time in 6 months. It's been a long time. We've worked hard. We've worked hard. We have put in strategies. We have worked on a turnaround, solid strategy that involves looking at how do we rationalize our network. Are we going to the right places? Are we listening to our customers? Our employees engaged? So we've looked at all facets in terms of ensuring that our assets are sweating. Okay. Productivity is high, both from an asset perspective and from an employee perspective. Okay. That's the magic.
But if I asked this question a year ago, you'd have told me the same thing. You'd have told me the same thing, but a year ago, there was no money.
It takes time. It takes time to turn around. Remember, we are just coming off COVID, and COVID really hit us. All our planes were packed, yeah? So we were basically restarting an airline. It's like forming a new airline. Yeah, so it takes time to grow the routes, to create confidence in terms of travel, and on top of it, to basically ensure that all the things are lining up. We have made a number of changes to ensure that we are more competitive. We've introduced new offerings to our customers. Our focus currently is on what does the customer want. Okay. Some of the things that we've introduced are things like meals on board. That's our in-flight. We've changed our meals in terms of the menu. We are also offering a plating service on our long-haul flights. We are currently ensuring that our customers are continuously informed on the status of their flight. Okay. So you can get an alert on WhatsApp, on email, or even on SMS.
No more delays.
Delays will always be there, yeah, because you cannot 100% assure that even your car will break down from time to time. The most important thing is to keep the customer informed. Yeah, that we are facing a delay and we expect maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes, but we'll ensure that you get there. And you plan well to ensure that the customer gets their destination.
So this is so customer-centric, which means you're also attracting the customers who may have left the airline to other airlines. Yes. Are they coming back?
Yes, we are seeing confidence is very high. The brand is strong.
One of the things that I know you have done is to ensure that you are even recalling your staff that are left in the company. Yes. What are you giving them?
We keep our promises. So come 2020, when COVID hit us, of course we had to preserve. We had to ensure that we preserve the cash we have. Some of the painful decisions we made one of them was to lay off staff, and we did lay off staff. However, as we are growing back to our original 2019 network, we require more hands. So in terms of priority, we bring back staff who we let go in 2020. As long as you had a proper track record, your performance was good, we are bringing you back.
Okay, so these results are for what period?
These results are for the period January 2023 to June 2023, half year.
Which means we still have half year to go. How does it look? What is the outlook from where you sit as a CFO on the next part of the year?
So, under normal circumstances, I'll not disclose the numbers.
No, don't give me the numbers.
We have had a very good high season. And of course, our high season starts in mid-June. runs all the way to September. So the high season has been good. Our flights are full. We project that we will be able to sustain. Of course, we are going to the shoulder months, the months of October and partly November. Then in December, we normally have a mini high season.
A mini high season, yes. Not completely high, not completely low.
Yes.
But let me ask you, it's remarkable that this announcement after 6 years is being made at the back of the government saying no more bailout to KQ. I mean, probably that was the jolt that KQ needed, that if you don't do the right thing, you're not getting any more money, we're closing down this airline. Probably. That is a factor.
Not quite, because of course when we were hit by reality, which is COVID, in 2020, we sat down as a management and the board, and we came up with a strategy. So we've been implementing that strategy, of course backed heavily by the government. Government, of course, is the biggest shareholder. So during this period, we have worked on various facets. Route rationalization, fleet resizing, of course, employees, productivity, and eventually focus on the customer. So it is not that it is what jolted us, but of course it is. We expected we will be weaned out of it.
At some point. At some point, it was going to happen.
It had a budget. It was not endless.
Was it scary from where you sit as a CFO? That we're no longer giving you bailout money.
No.
If you fall, you fall.
No.
You're confident you'll
yes,
rise.
We'll rise.
How much is this to do with management, the current leadership of KQ, without indicting the past? How much is it to do with leadership? Because it starts from there.
It starts from leadership.
Yes.
So our leadership is solid, very solid, and it's we are very clear. The eye is on the goal. We are very clear exactly where we are going and what is expected of us. And all of us, in terms of our key performance indicators, they are very, very aligned. And we focus on challenging each other, yeah, to ensure that in the end analysis, what we are doing is we are serving the customer, not any other objective. Clarity is by 2024, we have to be profitable. That's very clear.
By 2024, you have to be profitable.
Yes.
So then we shouldn't be thinking this is profit, just that you have not, if you compare the same period with the same period last year, then you made money last year, you didn't make money. That's what you're telling us.
We didn't make money last
year.
Last year, we were at a loss of 5 billion at operating.
That's the annual?
No. That was at half year.
Half year?
Yes.
You lost 5 billion.
We lost 5 billion.
So you only gained 1 billion.
We've gained 1 billion, which is a swing of 6 billion. In terms of movements, 120% improvement.
120%.
Yes.
But then the converse of this could be that if you measure this same period, last year and this year, there's a lot that have changed. Last year was also an election year.
Yes.
So if I made the argument that perhaps it's because of the stable operating climate rather than more money coming in, would I be right?
Not quite.
Why? They're totally different periods, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Again, one of the things that we are grappling with is inflation, yeah, in 2023. Yeah? When we now compare similar periods, June 2022 and June 2023, for example, the exchange rate was 114 in June 2022. It's 140 today. Okay. Yeah? So what you are going to buy with $1 that time, you're buying much less today, and it reflects in the financials.
Okay.
Yes.
Just 2 more questions.
So,
okay. Continue. It reflects on the financials.
And then, unlike previous years, when we looked at our forward bookings in 2022, from being an election year, we did not see the dip. Okay. The confidence was quite high. Okay. So people were flying. I think also it's because of coming out of COVID, where people had really been locked in for a very long period.
Almost
so
3
it
years.
Was time to actually go out.
Okay.
Yes.
I'd like to talk about the cargo business. How much of it comes from this?
Okay, the cargo business was very strong during the COVID period. Again, there was too much products and goods moving around. We had the the protective equipment, we had pharmaceuticals and the like, and it was a mainstay of our business during the COVID period. However, as passenger traffic and passenger aircraft start operating, the portions of cargo have reduced.
Okay.
they've reduced. So we saw a 12% decline in our cargo uptick, or rather the tonnage. So the freighters currently, we have some constraint from a capacity perspective because all the aircraft are now back to passenger.
Okay.
And so we only have 2 aircraft that are dedicated as freighters, and we are using the belly cargo, the belly capacity in the aircraft to do cargo. Okay. However, going forward, we are investing in cargo freighters.
Okay.
Yes.
For me and the rest who are watching tonight, as I let you go,
yes,
who have stopped flying the national carrier, what do you tell them to come back? Why? What is the one reason that I should fly KQ the next time I'm leaving this country? What is the one reason you tell them? Or 2?
There can be many.
Yes,
so the key reason you should fly KQ is, 1, we have improved our operations significantly. Key indicator is the on-time performance. At the beginning of January, we were doing 58%. Yeah. Right now, as at end of June, we are doing 77%. Okay. We are working towards being at above 80% by the end of this year, which basically means that 80 to 85% of our flights will leave on time at 0 minutes. Okay. Yeah. That means within 15 minutes, we will dispatch almost 90% of our flights. Okay. Yeah, that's number 1. Number 2, we have introduced a loyalty program. Our loyalty program is different from most of the airlines. It's not just miles. We are basically giving points. These points, as long as you accumulate them on the airline, you can burn them on any other airline which is a partner, number 1. And then number 2, you can even burn them on any other products. For example, we are partnering with shops, travel, holidays in terms of hotels. So it gives you a variety of ways in which you can burn your points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Helma Tuka, thank you so much for coming, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
We are watching. I know Noah Kipkemboi is watching,
yes,
and he will be telling us full year results where you stand. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Parliamentary Committee on